We're here. On the other side of this pass is Ralga's Reach.
So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this?
Indeed, a glamour.
Good eye, Y'shtola.
I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms.
Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nargo, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way and, don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralga's Reach, a holy place, and a fitting home for the Resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there. Men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost. For what could be ours again.
Fascinating. A massive, nigh imperceptible glamour encompassing the entire valley. I see now how the settlement was able to escape the watchful eyes of Imperial airships.
You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss. And I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalymo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalymo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolgar, it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time.
Ah, forgive me. You are free to look around Rhalgr's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances.
Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities.
Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that.
Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like. Great, let's get started. I'll bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard from all the way over by the Spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nargo. There's even some Beastmen. Well, Beastwomen, I suppose, like that one over there. She's an Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Ananta make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work, but then most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Rhalgr, shall we? Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th astral era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Arzea beseeched the heavens for a sign. And lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Gir Abania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hells open, heavens weep, for no one's soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was inscribed on this stone by a monk of the Fist of Rhalgr. Ida explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Ah! Sorry, that was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the Resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades, to when the Fist of Rhalgr was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the Sutlers are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go.
Well, do not tell me. This is your first visit.
Arms, armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alphino and Alize are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on?
Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives.
'Tis a gamble, and I admire their courage. But their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic.
We've finished discussing your proposal, and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch Y'shtola and Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me...
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rhalgr's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree. But it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Y'shtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Right then, Monago and Mefrid are to be our keepers. Knowing naught of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice.
You're...
At the risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here, of all places. Though I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time, eh? No. No. It was a lifetime ago. There is no need to apologize. But know that down in Quarry Mill, we didn't forget about you, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Aula Migo while Galleon was recovering. Gundobald was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Aula Migo, and others went to Ulda for work. But, as you can see, I chose to come back to Girabania and join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alaganha.
Alagana! If you're going there, you're taking me with you.
Ah, that's right. You're from Alagana, aren't you, Lise? By all means, we'd welcome the company. There'll be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peaks.
Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. And thank you, now to business. Commander Kemp's entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly, and without attracting undue attention.
Very well, I shall join you in this. General Aldin commands the forces at Castrum Oriens. It should be simple enough to see it into his hands.
Great! That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach.
This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade, if you would.
Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment.
There are more villages there than out here, but also more Imperials, keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully.
I remember the peaks of Girabania, silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity. who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
We've a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, this is naught more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. Remember, though, once we leave these ruins, we'll have no glamours to conceal us. The villages to the east keep watch for patrols as we move. Nary an Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Alaganya's due east, past that bridge. Follow me, it's not much further. You can rest easy. We made it. This is Alagana.
It feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be... Oh, sorry. That has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits.
We do. But as I said back at the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. And as you know, we're short-handed, because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and went to the Wall, never to return. It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Alagana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, they may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so.
So, with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square.
Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground. No. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We'll need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after.
Sounds like a plan. Let's hope there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight.
Raganfrid, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word.
Don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? You'll not find much custom here.
Greetings, and well met, elder, and sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana, and I would know of your recent troubles.
Ah, you are comrades of Mefrid. I see, I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose.
The Griffin came with many men, and left with many more. Such is the rumor. Is it true?
He lit a fire in their hearts, and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes. And now you come to steal away what few remain.
The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We have made an agreement with the Alliance. This time, it will be different.
This time, cold comfort to the dead and the ones they left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill?
But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do?
They took our lands, our traditions, even our god, and they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. I hate the bastards, with every fibre of my being. But hate's not enough, Mefrid. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go. Now. Leave us be, and never return.
You've got no right to speak to us like that.
I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed. And that was before half our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village.
No, you don't, because it's my village too. My home.
What in the hells are you on about? Wait, I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls.
Lise Hext, and I'm here to take back my homeland.
By Rolga, the last time I saw you, you were... I didn't even know if you were still alive. And I never thought you would come.
I almost didn't, and my sister never will. Lots of others won't either, and that's why we've got to carry on the fight.
But I say to you again, we can give no more.
Yes, I heard you the first time.